of honor for me to have enemy traitors like
Alex
you
Jones
demonizing
GCN
me.
Radio
Benedict Arnold scum. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com. Hi folks, Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.
We are on the march. The empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Web freedom, ladies and gentlemen, is being butchered. And they're using the same cocktail of programs from communist China to France to the United States to get the job done. The plan to kill internet freedom uncovered 10 ways the freedom of the World Wide Web is being butchered. 10 ways the freedom of the web is being butchered worldwide, completely dismantled. And the story is up on InfoWars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. And you can also go to InfoWars.com and see the new look of the website. We're leaving it basically the way it looked before, just with a new font and new coding so that it works better. And then we're going to phase it in about another month with a more responsive, wider page. And then just incrementally over the next 6 months, we're going to transform the site. We've got a good company to do that. So that's what we're doing right now with Infowars.com. You can see how the new pages load. We're getting pretty much unanimous reviews that people like the way the site looks. And the top half of the front page of Infowars.com looks the same. The article pages have a new font, a new layout, and a new look. The nav bar at the top is different. But what's really important is the bottom half of Infowars is a more responsive system based on breaking news and is a lot easier to navigate. So be sure and check out the new Infowars.com. And then again, we're going to try out some other designs with PrisonPlanet.com. But we tried a couple other designs that people didn't like. We launched this last night. We're getting up to say 95% positive reviews. So I think we're going to stick with this. And then, as I said, phase it into something that looks more like the London Guardian meets Wired Magazine or something over the next 6 months. I mean, it won't look the same in 6 months. It's just that people cannot stand a whole new look, even if it's clean. So we're just going to, I mean, we can't damage the fact that this site has over 1 million people that visit it every day. And it's one of the largest alternative media sites in the world. So it's got an old 8-year design that's been great. It was great 8 years ago when Kurt Nimmo designed it. It's just been out of date for a few years. And so Kurt's really worked with everybody to update it. We appreciate his fine work and the whole team. Buckley Hammond, Anthony Gucciardi, Molly Rogers, and so many other, the whole crew here. Tim Fouché, everybody's just done a great job. There's no way to thank everybody that worked on getting it updated. But again, Infowars.com. And then, of course, you have the backup mirror site that's not really a mirror, but it has most of the same news. But a lot of news that doesn't ever get to Infowars for some reason ends up on Prison Planet. So you need to visit both sites, obviously, and we appreciate you clicking on the sponsors as well to support the broadcast. And finally, I was going to do it this week again, but then I've been messing with a whole bunch of other stuff we're rolling out. I tend to bite off more than I can chew, but I'm learning to eat the elephant one bite at a time. We're getting close to launching in the new studio. And if it's not later in the week, it'll be next week that I'll start hosting the news in the new studio. It's just that, again, we've been working mainly on the satellite uplinks and, you know, the format of the TV show and a bunch of other things we've been doing and just keeping all the other plates in the air, all the other balls in the air. It's like a cartoon where the character has like 100 plates in each hand trying to balance it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Part of our strength is we're totally independent and don't have consultants really, and I kind of built this on my own just from the ground up. So that's what made it resilient, successful, and avant-garde in many respects, but also sloth-like and quirky in other ways. You know, we move at light speed in some ways and kind of rattle trap in others, but it's getting better and better, and we've just got a superlative team overall that are staying on mission and focus and doing a better and better job. I think everybody can hear that with the radio show, see that with the simulcast with TV, and so much more. And you, the listeners, taking action out there. We should not take the fact that this show is on the air for granted. We should not take other libertarian, freedom-based sites for granted, because just because we're starting to win the info war does not mean that the globalists aren't going to strike back and aren't striking back. We're starting all these wars worldwide, economic crises, health crises that they could either exacerbate or stage. It's a critical juncture, and you see the world speeding up, the quickening, the pre-singularities that are starting to happen. They're going to shake society up in a lot of good ways, but also a lot of bad ways. But being aware of these changes and not just blowing them off is the way to be successful in a time of change. A lot of people think being politically and economically aware, geopolitically aware, technologically aware of major trends and futurist paradigms and projecting the lines forward, people think of that as work. Hey, let's just go party. Let's just go have fun. Well, you need balance in life. And if you don't spend any time learning about the mysteries of the universe, you're going to be a very dull, unhappy, narcissistic person who only cares about vanity. And vanity will fade, or the looks that you're vain about, or the baubles, the toys will fade and will not deliver to you, in my experience, but historically this has been well documented. I mean, this is a lot of common sense I'm putting out here. I'm not reinventing the wheel. Vanity will destroy you. Worldliness will destroy you. Baubles, goods, the worship of things in the final equation will not fulfill you. But at the same time, if the globalists can keep you poor, never attaining goods, you will never know that they really don't matter in the final equation. Once you have good shelter, good transportation, and basic health care, then you go, oh, wow, I want to go on and help other people, or I want to go on and create art. I want to go on and explore. I want to trailblaze. I want to invent. That's the real human spirit. So they try to keep you suppressed and not getting those basic things you need so that you will stay basically trapped in their paradigm. So I'm not saying that material things don't matter. If you didn't have material things, they're going to matter. If you can't get the money to pay for your children's root canal, it's going to be a big deal. If you can't get money to put fuel in your tank to get to work, it hurts bad when you're speeding because you're late 10 miles over the speed limit and the cop pulls you over and writes you that $200 ticket that you don't have. So everything in this world is balance and obviously a paradox, but I'm digressing. I want to get into the attack on the internet first, then these other reports. Coming up in the third hour, it's so crazy, the audio is so crazy, that I'm going to air it just to illustrate how out of control Satanists are. Dan Bidandi last week was up there at that Black Mass in Connecticut that was at the major college there that got so much attention. In fact, you guys brought that into my stack. Where is that? No, I asked for you to print me some more on the Black Mass at the start of the show, and I saw you doing it. I just wanted the details of that. Thank you. But the point is that Dan Bidandi mailed us the footage. Guess he had trouble uploading it or whatever. But the point is that we got the footage Friday. We saw it yesterday. And we're going to premiere some of it here because none of this has been on the news. Little short sound bites have been on the news. We have like an hour of this. We have 10 minutes of it boiled down. That is sensational. Now, 5 minutes of it, I'll get posted to Infowars.com. It was on the nightly news last night. But we have 10 minutes that hasn't been seen. I'm going to premiere coming up in the third hour. If you're a radio listener, you can go to Infowars.com/show to find the free video feeds if you want to see it or you can listen to it. But the Satanists are running around saying, we will kill you, Christians. There will be blood everywhere. We want your blood. And, I mean, the Satanists, their eyes, I think it's a trick of the lights, but they're actually glowing in the dark. I mean, this is like something out of a movie, folks. These are like real Satanists.
Yeah, they say they own our children, just like MSNBC.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And the Christians are out there. And some of them are as hokey as the Satanists are crazy. And some of these Satanists doing this at Harvard at the church, sanctioned by the university, they're prominent Satanists. They're the ones that want to get the public plaques of Baphomet with the children lovingly sitting in his lap. And I just want to illustrate the type of people this culture is creating. But it was not canceled because of protest. Harvard had agreed that they could, quote, recreate the Black Mass. But when the Satanists showed up, they were so out of control, desecrating the church and doing stuff in it, reportedly. This is what Bidandi has reported and was there. And that's some of it on tape. That's when the school said, look, you got to get out of here. Because these people were running around howling and were completely out of control. And I got to be honest with you, I had a real instinct to want to punch these people in the nose.
People against goodness and normalcy. P-A-G-A-N. Pagan.
Ah, here are two who have not yet sipped the nectar of Shaitan.
Now, see, folks, that's a pagan party right there.
A small surprise before the ceremony starts?
Some pills.
Why not?
Oh, my goodness.
You? I had a big lunch.
By the way, in high school growing up, I actually got taken, I've said this on air, I got taken to a couple of just the regular pagan parties. And then one time I didn't know where I was going in college, and they took me to one, because those are super widespread. And that's just a bunch of crazy people wanting to party, usually led by Satanists at the top that want to manipulate and control people. It is a cult, and it's bad. But the Satanists are an entirely different ball of wax. Then you've got the Luciferians. And, of course, you can argue the pagans are really worshiping Satan, which they are. The horned god, you know, the Druids, and people get mad and say that's not who our God is. We don't sacrifice people. Look, that's pure bull. Go take an anthropology course.